Arg! Welcome back. It's Thursday. Thursday, is it?
It is Thursday. It's the greatest day of the week.
It is definitely top 7.
It's Friday Eve, y'all.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere. I think in like Idaho. It's 5 o'clock. Shout out Idaho. Not Nevada. Nevada can go fuck itself. Welcome back. It is Heroes and Hooligans. It is Thursday night. It is the Kamatchkalan Chronicles. And I think my setup is working. We are back. We left off after the storm. Massive storm. The crew gets back into town. Goes back into their investigative pursuits. They've gotten a lot of clues. They're starting to put some of the clues together. They figured out how to unlock the vault. However, who would like to give us the however this week? How about Nerys?
Well, we unlocked the vault, but it was filling with water, and none of them breathe underwater. Not that I'm aware of. So kind of, we had to like.
Okay, it's not just me. You got an audio issue. That means Shield gets to give the update.
Okay, luckily I came back just in time. Okay. So, we were investigating the basement, and we did indeed find that vault. And as mentioned earlier, vault began rapidly and frighteningly filling up with water, just as we found a fancy fun time magic circle. Possibly not a summoning circle, TM, but some kind of swanky magic circle of some description. Shield's not entirely sure about all that because he was trying to make sure a door didn't break down and we didn't all drown. To not much avail, though, as the whole damn city started to flood, and we had to mount a pretty big rescue operation to make sure the townsfolk, up to and including our Air Genasi mayor, Sammy, didn't drown or get swept away by hurricane-adjacent winds and flooding.
Which first hurricane of the year? We know that. How? Because it's named Hurricane Adjacent. So
that's right.
We could say it without.
I would just like to add one detail to your recollection of said flooding, Shield.
Go right on ahead.
Yeah, not just flooding with water like the rain that was coming in from outside, but let's just remember that was a very suspicious seawater flooding the room with the TM'd magical circle.
Fancy fun magical circle, I believe.
Yeah, fancy fun time magic circle.
Fancy fun time magical circle, yeah.
Patent pending.
Airing at midnight, Wednesday nights on Heroes and Hooligans. Wait,
woo!
Is it too early to announce that?
No.
Never mind. Strike that. Midnight in Idaho. Only in Idaho. If you're not in Idaho, you're from, say, Nevada. You're,
Okay, I gotta know. What's the vendetta with Nevada?
I don't know. I was like, what are the mountain time zone states? Let me work my way down the map.
I just want it to be known that apparently during the campaign, while taking notes as the city flooded, I wrote in all caps, "Whole town is fucked. Mashulu, you bitch, fuck you."
You know,
so you've unlocked the 4th verse.
I don't remember writing that, but apparently,
Suddenly, the
You unlock
center
a
of the
fourth
circle
dimensional
opens
song.
up and swallows you whole.
yeah, that's right. Many tentacles suddenly everywhere. Too many to count.
They won't let go of you.
It won't let go.
Mhm.
So at the end of all that, we did get a little bit of info from Mayor Sammy. Elvira not entirely happy with the breadth and depth of information we got. But we were offered a tete-a-tete of a trade offer incoming. I receive Dead Sea Monster. You receive more information.
Yeah, the situation has actually gotten worse. So, as you leave the mayor's office in town hall, still inside, you see the lobby is filling up with all manner of concerned citizens, and another body has been found. Well, parts of a body have been found, um, and there's quite a debate about this going on. And just as you walk down, you see that a reward is being posted. And they're trying to, some of the town council are arguing right now about how much the reward will be, but it's being posted up on the bulletin board. It's being written, and the person writing it is looking back at the town council and how much? Make a decision. And they're arguing quietly. And finally, they arrive to the sum of 500 gold pieces. And they hear a groan in the crowd. And then they quickly change it to 2,000 gold pieces. So a reward of 2,000 gold pieces has now been offered and posted for the kill and or capture of this horrible, murderous sea monster. And you hear a lot of whispers like, "It's almost tourist season. We have to keep the beaches open. No, the beaches must close. People are being killed." There's a whispering of things. There's a whispering of debate, uncertainty. It's not 100% alignment here about what should be done, but you do know there is a reward posted for the kill and capture or capture of the sea monster.
Well, Suda, it looks like it's another voyage out onto the high seas.
I'm just confused at why our elegant, very talented, on top of their business mayor offered a reward to the town for a job that they asked us to do. Seems highly suspect, if you ask me, which I know all of you were waiting for my commentary on said situation. So
We
here
knew
I
you were-
am provided.
A moment of
gonna
your
give it
time,
anyway.
please.
Who said that?
So from the crowd, boots start to thud on the floor and move forward. Looking at the bounty, there's a corncob pipe stuck in this human man's mouth. There's sort of this mutton chop sides, no chin hair, but like definitely this like a ring from his sides across his the top of his lip back around to the other side. And this sort of fisherman's sort of almost like a fisherman's outfit. So kind of chewing on the corncob pipe, looking at this bounty, looks to the mayor. This sort of a taller human basically goes and says, "I'll kill this fish for you, but it ain't gonna be easy. It's a bad fish, not like some bass in a pond. It'll swallow you whole."
It could certainly try. I don't think I would taste very good.
Interesting. Moves forward to take a look at you. Now, I do be hearing of some outsiders traveling around town these past couple weeks, I'd say, couple days.
That would be us. Yes.
Is it weeks or is it days? Because that could or could not be us, depending on timelines. Very important information, sir.
Elvira, we have been in town for at least a few Monday.
My memory be shoddy, I'm afraid. Been mostly focused out on the weaves in this town here. But I would gladly lend a ship to anyone who would care to join me on this crusade. Seems like all of you seem well equipped for fighting. Is that it?
Did somebody say crusade?
Somebody say fighting.
I'm really more of a healer, but I think I'd go.
If I do get eaten by the fish, Nereus, I will want you there to help.
Oh, I will definitely. And you'll need lots of fresh water on those routes. I don't think you'll find those on a boat.
I have never been on a boat.
Now's your chance.
It's not as exciting as it's cracked up to be.
And yet, you always tell me to try anything once.
Twice if you like it, and 3 times if it hurts just a little bit. But some things I've already experienced, and I'm quite against. This might happen to be one of them. But I will concede to the masses as a good friend and diplomat of such a beautiful city named Astoria would do.
We certainly can't leave the townsfolk to just be butchered by this thing.
Well, they're going to get butchered by contracted hitmen anyway, so what's the difference? Something's going to eat them one way or another.
Well, one problem at a time. We'll kill them all eventually, but
We can't
one thing at a time.
We can't solve the world's problems. However, if somebody's going to pay me handsomely, then sure, I'll take care of a problem.
We can't solve the world's problems, but when I run for mayor, I will be solving Astoria's problems.
I never knew you had
You do that.
political aspirations.
It's
I
a
didn't know I
recent
had
motivation.
a recent development. You know how sometimes when we're traveling along, we notice we got a new branch growing, and you're like, wow, I didn't notice that branch before. Yeah, same kind of concept, except for I didn't notice I wanted to do politics until I met an incompetent mayor, and now I want to be a competent one.
Do those exist?
Yes. Hi. Elvira Bates. Meet you.
I extend a branch and shake hands.
I
So we're
would-
going on a boat?
If you'd be interested, yeah. We could talk it over drinks if you're interested.
As long as you're buying.
That depends if the mayor's buying. Mayor, you be buying a drink for me?
The mayor is not there, and the town council would have to meet next week to discuss the budget for said ordering of rounds. But they will definitely put it on the agenda for the next town council meeting. For
Fucking
sure.
bureaucracy.
Damn red tape. Can't even skim
cigarette.
off the top anymore.
I mean,
I'll pay for it. Why not?
This is
Yes.
discretionary funding. It's a miscellaneous budget item. Just do it.
Yes, but did you file Form ID 10T? The purple one gets filed on Thursdays. That's how you requisition new budgets. Didn't you know? See,
How
I
do
teach you all about
how do you-
politics as we go.
How do you
that's
make
just
purple
ridiculous.
paper?
I am happy to pay for the drinks because why not?
In the great fest halls that I grew up in, we just always had free drinks for everyone, including the adventurers that were about to save the local town. Just saying.
Is there a local fest hall nearby?
I mean, anything's a fest hall if you try hard enough.
But in the meantime, shouldn't we go to the tavern where we met and get the drinks there? Who knows? Maybe Frederick will show up again.
Don't put that bad juju on me, Ricky Bobby.
Hey, I'm down for a scuffle.
We've already killed him once and been accused of killing him the other time. Why not go for a majority rule?
Yeah, I'm going for 3 slice.
And I'm going to just start shifting myself over toward the tavern. Are you coming, boatman?
Yes. I haven't even introduced myself. You've been even introducing yourselves to each other this entire time. Captain Quint Bungler at your service.
Quint Bungler.
Aye, family name.
Uh-huh. And you're pretty graceful with most things.
As in?
Never mind.
I don't know what you want me to say.
It was a
Bungling's been in the
joke.
family trade for years.
Yes. That's what we were getting at. All right.
My family bungles holes in barrels. We plug barrels.
Yes. Very good. Very good. To the tavern.
May, go ahead and do an insight check.
Okay. All right. Sure.
You seem skeptical.
No, I was just trying to make a joke.
Does he
But
really
sure.
bungle barrels? I think he's lying.
13.
You're very likely.
Yeah, no deception.
Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
But I'm reading the word gullible across. Yeah, anyway.
Anyways, to the tavern we go then.
Okay, to the Sea Dragon Inn, which is still cleaning up, obviously, from yesterday's storm surge. Do they recognize your contributions? Let's see. There's a, let's see, post-disaster. We're going to give it a 55% chance that they recognize your contributions. That means you have to beat an 11. Got a 14. So they do, and they invite you to the second story bar.
Does it still exist?
The second story bar does.
All right.
Yes, it does. It's much smaller. It's got a little bit of a speakeasy vibe. Has a
I'm
little
down for this.
stage.
That
little
means
stage on one
better
end.
ale.
Yeah. So it's about 20 feet wide. It's about 50 feet long. That's the whole place. There's a bar on one end, and there's 4 tables, and then there's a little stage on the other end. It's the second floor of the Sea Dragon Inn. The first floor is a complete disaster. You're already starting to smell that mold in those green velvet boots that you were in last week. This is going to be a major cleanup effort for the town.
Weird
that's gonna
shape.
hurt for a while.
It'd be in weird shape, I say.
So remind me again why we are killing a sea monster. Are we trying to kill Mashulu already?
Well, we don't know if it's Mashulu, but according to Sammy, there's lots of bits and pieces of people getting washed up on the shore. Like, people are going out to, catch fish or travel and things, and their boats aren't coming back, but bits and pieces of bodies are, and apparently that's an issue around here.
Indeed.
I think so, yes.
It's kind of an issue everywhere. You can't give people the proper burial rites without their body.
Most humanoids prefer to keep their body parts. The exception being the lizard folk I have met. Some of them can regrow them.
So, Captain, my captain,
Aye.
if we are going to use your vessel in this venture, how much of the reward money are you looking to gain?
I haven't had much experience with adventure types. What kind of payment have you received before? Just so I know what is fair to you and what's fair to me. I have a crew, so I would something around 50-50 might be fair. And as well, you'd have a better chance fighting with my crew, the Seculorca, versus any other kind of keelboat.
The sucky orca?
The Seculorca.
That does not sound seaworthy.
It be a worthy ship. It will dash all doubts, indeed.
Nani's just gonna groan a little bit into her mug.
You haven't answered my question, though.
That is because I do not know the answer.
50-50 is asking a little bit much. You're practically a glorified fairy. I'm thinking 30-70.
30-70 now. Let me tell you this, Chief. Do you have a ship of your own with ballista at the ready?
Ballista, huh? So yours is a warship.
No.
It's a frigate. Frigates need to defend themselves.
Sounds like a smuggler's vessel, if you're asking me.
Oh, I do not. I don't do any kind of smuggling, though. Perhaps a bit of a activator myself.
Why not? I hear it is a lucrative business.
There's only so much trouble you can get into that only invites more danger and trouble to your crew.
Elvira has not suggested there is a limit to the amount of trouble you can get in before. She always seems to find more.
I heard it all once. Listen, I was traveling along one time, and I heard this man singing to his friends. And I was just flying up above, minding my own business. But he said something along the lines of, like, take it to the limit. And I really took that into my little bird heart. And I've been taking my life to the limit ever since. He was very inspiring.
How big is your ship?
80 feet across. It's a sizable ship. We sail all across Kamatchkalan, and as a result, we have quite the experience of sea monsters such as this. And I will also even posit, not only do we have the ballista to challenge this thing, we have harpoons, and rope. We can tie it to the side of the ship, and you can do your thing. If 50-50 not there, we could perhaps negotiate 60-40.
Glance around to my compatriots.
I was thinking more along the lines of like 65-35, because listen, really, if you needed us, if you didn't really need us, right, you wouldn't have been like, hey, come get on my ship if your ballista and your crew were enough. So clearly we have a little bit of leverage in this. You know what I'm saying? I just think 65-35 sounds a little more reasonable.
All right, that's it for tonight. Pick up next week with the exciting conclusion of haggling over bounty.
Captain just like rubs his beard and starts like, all right, fine, 65-35 sounds perfect. We have encountered trouble across the waves, but we're not necessarily fighters by trade. But I mean, just looking at all of you, I could tell you're perhaps a little more equipped for the situation. So I won't lie, it's not having more hands that are capable of this would be welcome.
Of course.
Jaime and Shield are very good at fighting. Elvira is also quite adequate.
I mean, most of you look terrifying. Scare the devil out of me, for sure.
Me? Terrifying?
I think it's more of a group thing, just putting all of you together, kind of just, steer clear, of any trouble with them.
Are you kidding? I look perfectly normal compared to the rest of this menagerie.
I have no illusions about my personal appearance.
I only look weird when I'm in town indoors.
That is fair. You're out of your element.
I mean, I would look completely normal for the most part if it wasn't for the horns. I'm just
I would
saying.
probably look weird on your ship, though. But I suppose we're going to find out.
Oh, maybe we can put some sails in your branches.
Huh.
I mean, if you wanted to, can they be purple?
Oh,
If
I
we're
love
installing
purple.
we can dye them, I think.
That's
Listen.
going to be expensive.
If we're installing sails in size branches, I think it should be 70-30 split, that extra 5% for added wind capabilities.
I'm going to pick up Elvira and put her up in the branches and say, I don't charge you rent. Why don't you consider that the 5% you're giving up on?
Well, here's
Hey, I can sleep in another tree. I don't got to.
there would be another matter
This
then.
shenanigans.
There'd be another matter if we do agree to use each other's services. You would not be simple transport on the ship. You would be working side by side with me and the crew. It'd be giving you jobs, tasks. This would, I think, make it feel a little bit easier to be accepting a 30%.
I do not fear hard work. I
Yes.
enjoy learning new tasks.
I'd assume that was a given.
All right, we can perhaps discuss what you'd like to take up once you come aboard. Perhaps we shall show you the ship after we finish our secondary location.
Okay.
I can help
with-
with the.
There are 5 roles on the ship. You may discuss which of those roles you would like to have. Role 1, quartermaster. Role 2, pilot. Role 3, rigger. Role 4, boatswain. And role 5, and I think I know who this will be, lookout.
I think I'm gonna take the rigger.
I could do the botsman.
I thought I was going to be a mast.
Follow your dreams.
I mean, I think it's kind of obvious that Elvira should be the lookout because she can fly up to the tippy top.
You might have to rename it, though.
From the crow's nest to the owl's
Owl's
nest.
Nest. Yes.
What exactly is a quartermaster? Because I don't know what that is. Actually, I don't know what any of them are.
A quartermaster is somebody who manages the supplies on board.
People come
Oh,
to
I'm
ask
good
you
at
for
that.
supplies, and you tell them no.
I'm very good at that. I think. Maybe.
Try it.
I
Hello,
think
can I have an
you're
extra bag of
welcome.
rice?
No.
Though that does leave the question of the
Perfect.
pilot. And I'll turn to Sai.
I mean, I don't have hands, but I can grab the wheel. I am definitely not the navigator.
No.
I have no clue where we're going, although I am tall. I suppose I could be the pilot if you want me to try. I will try. I will
Guess we're
try.
Gonna find out how this motley crew is gonna ship up and shape out.
Pilot now, master later. We'll figure it out.
Okay.
Sounds like a plan. And I am, of
Fine.
course, captain.
Yes. You all finish your discussions and your very compelling negotiations. Everyone around you at the bar was just enraptured by the haggling. It was, oh, do you think it'll be 68.5% or a full 70%? The whole bar was just the performer on the stage stopped the show just because they had to find out. Would it be 65% or 70%? They had to know.
I will
So-
get up and make my way to the bar. and lean way over to find the bartender.
Hmm.
How much do I owe you for the drinks?
Well, you got water, correct?
Yes, I
Mhm.
do not drink other things. It doesn't go in. It just lands on the floor and makes a mess.
Yeah, 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 yeah. You sure you don't drink root beer? Bad joke.
No,
I'm
root beer
very
is made
sorry. It
from my
is.
roots. If
Right on.
if
Look, you
you need
try
some
things.
fresh root beer, I have
just-
extras.
You
I
you
could
try
barter in
jokes.
kind.
I
If you need pain relief tea, I could also exchange in kind.
well, I mean, everybody here is going to need it in the morning.
Well, then hang on, and I take out I kind of bring out one of my closer to dead branches, just because deadwood's a thing, and I take out a dagger, one of my leaf daggers, and I just start carving off bark. There you go. How much do you need to cover the drinks?
This will cover it. This will cover it.
Very good. Enjoy. I believe the last time someone used it, you were supposed to brew it with water that had just finished boiling for, she said, 5 minutes.
That's great to
And
know.
it's, to quote her, it is bitter as balls, so you should sweeten it with something. It is not fall, or I would offer some syrup.
Thank you. That's great to know. As you all head out, you see on the chalkboard, um, the bartender is writing the cause and the remedy. 1 silver piece for the cause, 2 silver pieces for the remedy. And going to start a little side hustle selling hangover cures as well.
Amazing.
What kind of bartender would he be without a little side hustle?
That's right.
Okay, so you all make it down to the Seculorca. Proud ship. Just a proud frigate. Let's take a look at it, shall we? Who wants to?
I love it.
Okay, it is a frigate. There's a photo of its sails. Let's zoom out. It's a large frigate. It's got 4 decks. And here are cross sections of that ship. But you are boarded under Captain Quint Bungler of the very proud Bungler family, who made their fortune originally putting corks in the bung holes of barrels on the docks of Broadwalk. But every so often, one of the bunglers gets a wanderlust and goes out and works on the ships, and some of them become captains. And this is one.
Feast your eyes and dash your doubts, lovers. This be the Seculorca, as stated and as promised.
That's right. All right, all kinds of activity. There are roughly 200 crew on the Seculorca. Activity. Quint, shout out some of those commands that as a captain would do.
The captain had to respond to a quick emergency.
Yes. There's a avast. No, don't do that. Yes, sir. And people are running around. They all sort of seem to know what to do. They're tying things down. They're battening. They're loosening other things. Who knows why? And you do see the crow's nest, and we'll see if you make a reputation for yourself and rename it the Owl's Nest. I like where your head's at. There are decks for bunks for sleeping. There's a galley for eating. their ship's captain's quarters, and you get the general tour of the boat, and Quint, after one of his what would we call the first mate gives the general tour. Quint is back to give some commands to really get this journey going.
I see they have treated you well, yeah?
Yeah. So, where do I sleep?
We perhaps have some room in the barracks. You are free to sleep at the poop deck of the ship if you wish, and the lookout can make some temporary quarters up top as well. Certainly, just a matter of choice. Some of these crewmen here have slept in far worse conditions, and so they'll gladly give up their cot.
Tend to operate on a rotating schedule, so you don't own a bed. You get a few hours in there. I think is how it works.
I don't imagine I'm going to enjoy being on a ship.
No, you're probably not. But hey, who knows? Maybe the ship, the voyage is going to be pretty short, and we're all going to die at the end anyway.
It's all right. Just bury yourself in your work. Get very ready to tell people no, and that you don't have any more.
There's nothing wrong with being on the sea. Certainly not on the ship. I mean, where else could you get crippling loneliness and scurvy?
It's a combo. You just
no
can't
one
find
will
it.
be getting scurvy on my ship.
You can get that in most dockside neighborhoods as well.
Aye, citrus be a infrastructural issue about starvation.
Yep. Just need to eat a lemon once in a while. But I don't know how common those are around here.
Would actually, DM, would the captain know about the harvest in Astoria if that has any citrus?
We have fireberries, obviously. Everyone knows that. You have fireweed jelly, which has got vitamin C in that. Of course, they would have that on board. You'd have a cache of that. Captain Quint, how long since you've been to Socotra where you would have gotten limes? Lemons haven't been genetically, engineered yet, but they're limes. I don't know how long it's been.
I think with the recent storm, they must have had to have stayed at least a week. So it's probably been a week at least since they've come back. They've come from a voyage.
Okay, and what is the crew complement? I'm wondering.
Okay. They like to be called handsome, pretty, graceful is a big one on the ship. Those are big compliments that they enjoy. And the reason for graceful, I think, is the ship sways so much. The people who can really, maintain a rhythm and a grace, that goes a long way.
Okay, but how many of them are there?
Oh, I'm glad you asked. I have that, and continue your conversation. We'll bring it on screen.
And so, Captain, you've already gotten the tour. So the captain has just basically gone from just showing up the ship, sending his first mate to help him with that, to basically getting everyone to raise anchor and start leaving at once. So sort of all right, get moving, you horn swagglers.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're trying.
We've got quite the how should we say? We got quite the job ahead of us.
I will have doffed my armor and sword for the time being to be more mobile, so I can get these riggings quicker and easier.
The captain is basically going from crewman to crewman, looking at the rigging, going from starboard to
Port.
stern, starboard to port, bow to stern. Basically, getting everyone ready for a jibbing. So basically, setting a course sort of in a curve alongside the wind, out into the water.
As one will do.
Nerys is going to find wherever they keep most of their perishable goods and stores, and take stock of what's there, so that she can prepare to say no when anyone asks for anything.
Just like a pro. I'm so proud.
All right.
Very, very important skills being learned today. Okay. Crew. How many? Okay. Here's the basic crew composition or complement. Some of these people are graceful. Others are pretty. Others are handsome. Very few are all three, but a couple. Those get promoted first. You have Marines with privates and officers and NCOs. You have boys who do the basic general things, the swabbings and the what else would we have the boys do? The swabbings mainly. You have artisans who will fix things, do any sort of repairs, any sort of iron work. You have the landmen, obviously. If you need to go ashore, they're the ones. You've got the ordinary and the able seamen, obviously, because of course you would. Any ship would. And this ship is no different. You have your petty officers, your mates, your midshipmen, and your officers. Does that answer your question, Nerys?
That's a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of people, and we have the top men. Now the top men, they work up in the rigging, and they are the ones that really manage the sails when they go up and they go down. And you've got the mizzen top men who do the mizzen sails, and then you've got the foretop men who do the foresails. Mizzen, some people call it aft. Not me. I've been a first mate for a while. I've learned the lingo. I know how this stuff works. Then you have the main top men. Anybody want to guess what they do? That's right. They do the mainsails. Oh, very good. I saw it in your eyes. I saw it. We made the eye contact. I could tell. You didn't want to speak up, but I could tell you got it. And then you had the people on the decks. So, very exciting. I love it. Been doing it since I was just a boy. Get it? Swabbing, and other things. I don't know what else. Mainly swabbing. I would clean up a dish. I did some dishes. I'm not too good for it. I am too good for it now, but I wasn't too good for it when I was a boy. And that's how I became a seaman first, and then a midshipman, and now first mate. Back to you, Captain.
Thank you, first mate. Now, what the first mate forgot to mention is the top men also top the seamen. As in, top them off with drinks.
Yes.
Of course, as is tradition.
Now, anyways, let's get all of you settled. So, of course, some of you have already begun to get yourself situated among the ship. Who was the lookout again, real quick?
Me.
Elvira.
So, so the captain is about to start showing you the common paths his crew take up the ropes, and then looks at your you have wings, right?
That is correct.
So yeah, there's 5 seconds where he starts explaining, and then looks at your wings and is like, "Oh, well, you might as well get to know them because sometimes the winds be very, very rough up there. Very make things very choppy. So for flying folk, many just choose to stick with the ropes anyways. Just want to make sure you're squared away. You know how to get up there.
You got it, dude.
Alrighty. And then basically just checking in on everyone. Going to Nerys, who's is beginning to learn the quartermaster. Hey, Nerys, can I have something?
No.
I was gonna say a moment of your time, but that works for me. You're good. And then certain walks out. Walks the next person. Then goes to to Sai. Let me go ahead and show you how one would helm, and take would if you agreed would take you to basically the helm of the ship.
Absolutely.
So this here wheel controls the rudder.
Yes.
We never want to be going straight. It's hard to determine on the seas, but as long as the wind isn't blowing directly in your face, you should be fine.
That seems sensible. Is this a magical sigil I see?
Are you talking about the actual wheel?
No, the red paint on the floor by the wheel, based on the map.
Yes, that is a basic protection sigil. We got that in Glossy Alba. That's why it's red, obviously. You would know that. Obviously, I mean, I don't want to... I'm very
If
sorry.
you say
I
so.
don't want to imply that you wouldn't know that it was from Glossy Alba because it's red, but it is, and that's where we got it. And it helps us, protects us from the
Really
elements.
big fish?
Mainly steam, but that too.
Okay.
Mainly steam. You know, the steam can really be tough on the wooden planks.
Yes.
Steam is not good. Water, we're ready for water. We're ready for salt. That's why you swab. You got to keep up on that. But steam will get you.
Where does steam come from on the ocean?
It's things like that.
They've got us there.
I don't want to offend anyone.
Okay. Anyway, this is where I am
So,
supposed to stand.
obviously, you know that in Glossy Alba they have the volcano that goes into the sea.
If you say so. I don't think
So-
they have very many trees there.
No, not many. No, the trees are here.
Yeah.
Wood gets here. We bring it there.
Yes. Okay. Thank you for protecting me from steam. So I stand here and I keep the wind not in my face. Got it.
Yes, you'll might be hearing me call out to the crew for the mast, and this would also be for you. You would either be going starboard side or tacking, or port side or jibbing. So
Yes.
you want to hear of tacks and jibs. Jibs are really important, you know. So just points out. So basically, to one side is starboard, the other side is port, and you'll just turn that wheel and get yourself situated.
Yes. I can do that. Thank you.
No problem. Feel free. In fact, I don't. At the risk of offending someone, I don't know exactly what you are, but it seems like you could plant yourself down when the waves get really bad. You know, the storms and all.
I am a tree. I do not think I can plant myself in wood. I believe that your ship would have to rot for me to plant myself on it. But I am fairly stable as such things go.
Oh, we could have just gotten ourselves a planter. And again.
I have not been in a planter in many years. You would need a very large pot. That would be quite comfortable, however. Perhaps in the future we could do that.
Yes, perhaps in the future. You seem like you're quite sturdy. So I just only giving out ideas. It's yeah, seems like any other questions, just come to me or my first mate.
Very good. Thank you.
And then we have the rigger, which would be okay.
That would be Naime.
So I heard them call you Nime. Is that correct?
That's Naime, Captain.
Naime.
Yes.
My apologies.
And no need to explain. I've been on a ship before.
Oh, really? All right. So I assume you all know the knots.
That I do. And I will get these lines secured.
Fantastic. Any questions about anything at all, come straight to me.
Aye, Captain.
And that leaves us the boatswain, the boatswain, however you want to spell it.
Hello.
Hi there. I like your mask. Quite the mask there.
Oh, thank you.
Do you know how to repair your ship at all?
Not very good with repairs per se, but show me where to place the hammer and I'll do it.
All right. Well, we have some people who we have a team, and you can start responding to the team. They'll show you some things. Hammer and nails are pretty straightforward with the hull. They might ask you to use some tar. They'll show you all the techniques. More importantly, see you got you look fairly strong. Is that right?
I'd say so, yes.
So, in a matter of a couple of hours, we might be bringing in some cargo. Another job of the botsons is to bring in everything and bring everything out. Cargo, lifting. We have people who really lift with their legs and not their back.
Of course.
All right. It's boatsoning is not. It can be straightforward in some ways and complicated in others. Just keep your feet light.
Understood.
As I've told the others, come to me for any questions at all.
Aye, aye.
Okay, and so yeah, just unless anyone comes to the captain, he just kind of finish up getting everything organized and focused up, and just basically getting everything ready.
Okay, so everybody's gotten their orders, and you've gotten your briefings, and I need to read this little bit of safety information. Boats are dangerous places. We go to dangerous places. You are at risk. While there is great opportunity, there is some risk. You agree to accept that risk in accordance for the agreed upon share, I believe, Captain. There's some sort of share agreement.
Yes, we've come to an agreement on the bounty. Quite a bit more than what we normally get for our jobs.
So more than we get less than 50% of this.
Well, it is quite the sizable bounty, and our new friends here have quite a bit of experience of hunting creatures.
Okay, so what number should I put into the contract here?
Lumber?
What number? What percentage?
Okay, so we will be making the bounty is 2,000. We would be making 600, and they'll be making 14.
600 and plus expenses, and there's. Did you say the? Yes, your share, obviously. Then there's the share to split, and the okay, we're ready. We just need to sign here, folks, and this states that you've accepted your role on the ship. You will listen to the captain. He has ultimate authority, and that you agree to the terms. And here you are, and there you are.
Perfect.
Okay, we are all set. We can take off. Remember, be safe, be sturdy, be strong, only when needed, and always keep your eyes on the horizon.
Yeah. They've heard you talk enough, you dog. I'll get going.
And keep your arms and legs inside the boat at all times.
Yes. Oh, yes, I forgot. Thank you so much. You saw it on the contract. Thank you.
All right, let's get going. All right, boyos, let's get sailing.
Hooray! And you see a coordinated effort. There's a heaving, there's a hoeing, there's a what else is there? There's a pulling, there's a people climbing up the masts, and there's sails being dropped.
Shanties?
There's a shanty. Of course there is. Of course. Would you like to lead it?
Oh, what will we do with a drunken sailor? What will we do with a drunken sailor? What will we do with a drunken sailor? Early in the morning, way up she rises, way up she rises, way up she rises early in the morning.
Yes.
Very good, very good. Now let's say it's a shuffle.
Oh, I couldn't stand that the first time I was on a boat.
That's so
If you
good.
wouldn't mind.
It's always the first one.
Yeah, we tried to set our shanty sheets to shuffle.
Well then, yeah. How's this one?
I'm
for
sorry,
you?
Captain. Which way do I turn the wheel for shuffle?
No. We're
Shuffle.
when you hear
All the way to the right, then very rapidly to the left.
I am fairly sure that would cause some of you to fall off the ship.
Yes, a shuffle, if you
That's
will.
a shuffle. Yep.
that's the greatest.
All right,
Good challenge.
the Seculorca pulls away from the docks in Astoria. It's a very nice day. That day right after a storm, everybody knows this. The day right after a storm is very nice. And the seas are calm. The shanties are being sung. There's that one, and then there's obviously the old classic. Naime, go ahead. Go ahead with the old classic,
The classic
shanty.
What? Shanty?
That everyone sings after a drunken sailor. Go ahead.
It's not so much a shanty.
Is it a dirge?
No.
It's too nice for a dirge.
If I were a blackbird, the wind neath my wings, I would follow the vessel my true love sails in. In the top rigging, I'd there build my nest. I'd flutter my wings o'er lily white breast.
Everyone,
Bravo!
a single tear from the first mate that remembers to call his mother as soon as he gets home.
There's more verses, but I'll spare you for now.
Everybody wants to hear all the verses, and you leave the harbor and into the sea by song. What a day! What a first day. Okay, all right. So you've heard that the body parts seem to be washing up south of where you are. So are you all gonna get your sea legs, or are you gonna head that direction?
I do not believe we have time to dilly-dally. I think we should move as the wind will let us.
Indeed, the beast must die.
As soon and as quickly as possible to save lives.
I agree, because I don't want to be on this boat long enough to get my sea legs. I kind of like the legs I have.
I believe you just wake up one morning and suddenly they're there.
That
I
sounds
do
terrifying.
not have legs. I think having them suddenly would be disconcerting.
Yeah.
Ooh, well, I have nothing for this. No frame of reference, I'm afraid.
If I suddenly had legs, how would I drink water?
Through your face. Or, wait, no, don't necessarily have a face. I'll get back to you on that.
I agree with Neris. We should move quickly so that I do not grow legs.
Okay, you make that southerly turn, and as you get out of the safe harbor, you feel that wind pick up. Definitely, you realize that the harbor, the city was put in a place because it was a natural harbor, a windbreak, and you feel the full force of the ocean breeze, and it's pretty consistent. We're gonna let's Captain, go ahead and do an insight check, and let's measure the wind speed.
I got a pretty bad an insight check, right? That's a 3.
So you're convinced that you've got northerly winds. You can throw the sails up, and you're convinced of that.
All right, that way it is.
Okay. Okay. Who is in rigging? Okay, Naime, you've received the command to begin to bring out the full sails. The
Okay.
wind is to your back, you've been told, and you can go full sails. Sigh, you've been told that the wind is to your back as you turn south. These are northerly winds, therefore you will be able to move at a high rate of speed with the wind to your back. So go ahead and point the boat, and go ahead and give me a check, dexterity, or unless you have something more specific to perform your tasks.
So you're asking all of us, or
No, just the two of you.
Oh, okay, all right. What particular skill, or do we?
I mean, dexterity, or unless you have something you feel like would be more appropriate. You could
Athletics?
use a sleight of hand in rigging. That would work.
Definitely don't have sleight of hand.
Okay.
Athletics, maybe?
Not so
No?
much.
Okay.
No. It's really, we're talking about ropes, knots. So it's more sleight of hand. Sigh, I don't know what you might have, but otherwise it's just a raw dexterity check.
17 on dexterity.
Okay.
6.
Unless you would prefer survival. Though I
I
don't
don't
know.
think survival works, no.
Yeah, okay.
I'm looking at your sheet right now. Yeah, no, I think just a straight dexterity.
Oh, I
Naime, what'd you
agree.
get again?
6.
All right, so you're up in the rigging, and it's becoming a mess. And the captain is sure that you've got this northerly breeze at your back, very upset, and that now the sail is sort of like tilted because the other person on the other side of the mast was able to release theirs, but yours is all tangled up. And Sai, that's creating a little bit of like torsion on the boat. You feel the torsion on the boat as it's starting to have this sideways action where it's got an asymmetrical sail. You're on mute.
Elvira, can you take the wheel so I can help Naime? Or would you like to help Naime?
Pretty dexterous, but so are you. It does. I could probably help Naime,
I am
to be
not
honest.
that dexterous. I am made of wood. I
Al-
would ask Neris for help, but she would probably say no.
Yeah.
Elvira, you're quite busy. You're up in the crow's nest. You're certain that eventually it'll be renamed, and you've got a couple of other lookouts. And what you're seeing up there with the lookouts are the coastline is very rocky, and you have these pillars of rocks and boulders jutting up out of the water, and there are shoals down there, and the other spotters, the other lookouts, are pointing out these shoals and these rock pillars that don't quite reach all the way up. So you've got quite a bit going on up there. Go ahead and make a DC 14 investigation check. Okay. You see to the south port side, very, very clear. Port side, up ahead to the south, there is a rock formation, and it's right there. It's a couple hundred yards away, but you can see it. There's a little bit of white caps over it where it's disturbing the water at the surface.
I don't know what side's the port side, if that's the left side, the right side, the front side, or the back side, but there is
I can bring up the
craggy rock there.
yeah. Let me see if I have port. I believe port is Captain Bungler.
Port is left and starboard is right, I believe.
Yep, facing forward.
You can remember it because the port has 4 letters and left has 4 letters. At least this is what I've heard.
There you go.
Alrighty.
Okay, that's been pointed out, Sai. So you've got this little bit of twisting. You know, it was so gentle heading out of the harbor. You got this little bit of twisting. You got the wind is oddly fighting you. So you were told it was going to be to your back, but you're moving forward, so you're not exactly sure what's happening. And you've got this twisting from the knots up there, and it's a fight. So you're going to be you are going to be making a move, dexterity DC 12 to move out of the way of this rock.
Okay. That's a natural 1.
Oh my god.
Okay. Combination of factors here. There's a lot going on. First day on the boat. Everybody's first day on the boat. Elvira has pointed to it, and you were convinced that if it's on the left, then you gotta turn to the right. You think, and to turn to the right, you know it's opposite. If it's on the left, you turn to the right. So everything's opposite. So if you want to turn that wheel and you want to go right, then you have to turn that wheel left. You think. So you spin that wheel left, and and Shield, from the deck, you feel this jolt and a wind gust right into your face, and a jolt as the entire ship sort of turns, hits a wave, and just turns to the port side, heading right towards the rocks. Captain, you've got a new crew. Things are going sideways. You may want to re-look at that wind, perhaps.
Hey! What's going on with the rigging? And that steering. If I was a swabby back in my day, I would have gotten keel hauled for less. And like starts basically moving up to Sai and like basically just like give me the wheel for a moment. I'll let's try this. You know, trying to get everyone to start reacting to all the things that are going wrong. Essentially, just ordering some people up onto the mizzen and the aft masts, and like trying to get that rope in order. Basically, trying just sort of like just suddenly seeing that we're about to hit some rocks and trying to kind of recover at the last moment if possible.
Okay, so it's going to be a DC 12, but it's going to be at a disadvantage. Now you have sailing proficiency, obviously. So you are at a +5 on your dexterity check. So it is a sailing skill, +5, but it is a DC 12 on this. And the thing you notice is you had the wind all wrong, and it took until this the boat had sort of twisted for you to really feel the full force of the southerly winds, not the northerly winds, hit you in the face to realize that. So you're fighting a combination of factors here, and that is a DC 12.
So I rolled twice. I got a what was it? Let's see here. It was a 16 and a 15. So either of them would give me to 19 or 20, or 20 or 21.
Yeah, and being an experienced captain, you know that after a mistake like this, you don't want to course correct immediately and just yank it back. You actually just lean further in, and you thought, if I can just twist it just enough, you can actually miss to the other side. So you went with the flow, and that southerly wind hit the sail just right, and you scrape that rock formation with just a little bit of damage, as it goes by. Everyone hears the but no major damage here.
Quint looks to Sai and is sort of like, a lot of this beyond me, but for now, just watch me as I get us out of port. Botsson, you and your team are up. Let's get going.
All right.
Just sort of working on the damage as quickly as possible, just so we can prevent any leaking or any further destabilization of where it hit the hull.
Yeah, absolutely. Is there? I know you said it was fairly minor when it comes to boat scrapes, but is there anything in particular that kind of jumps out that I should hit first?
You're gonna go below decks and check?
Yeah, as a local boatswain man, I'll make sure.
All right.
We're not taking
send one of your mates down there to do an inspection. Very minor. You went down there prepared to. You had memories of flooding basement. Nothing at all like that. Very minor. And nothing that you can't continue on. Probably something you'd want to shore up back at port. You don't want to do this too many times, but it could have been a lot worse.
All right.
Okay. So, Nerys, they come to you, and one thing they're asking for is this combination of candle wax and of what was that other thing? Shield? There's candle wax to plug the hole. Candle wax and
Tar.
tar. Yes, that's right. That's right.
No.
I'm so proud.
Oh my god.
Okay. All right. Slight leaking. Okay, we'll save that candle wax and tar for another time. All right, you get out, and you know that first couple of hours is rough. You're all getting your feet under you, learning your roles, get the rigging unsorted, and you get to an area where you go around another point. Let's see if I have it on the map. Okay, you go to a point, you're leaving Resurrection Bay, and you get to Resurrection Rock, and I'll bring it up. As the wind picks up significantly, and you sense a change in the weather at this point. All right, down here. So what you've done is you have taken the boat out here successfully. You've gone to the south. Right around here is where you had that dicey situation. And you've moved down here, and you are coming around Resurrection Rock. At this point, the weather has a noticeable shift. The waves start to build, and the weather starts to get bad. There seems to be some sort of storm down here. Okay, the wind has picked up. The water is choppy. The waves start to build. Some of the waves start to hit from different angles, which is never fun. You see everyone on the crew start to take their job a little bit more seriously. Everyone make a DC 11 check. If you have, for Naime, that would be a sleight of hand. Everyone else, dexterity, with the exception of Elvira, that would be an investigation check. Nerys, you are going to do a charisma check. Everyone's starting to ask you for ginger lozenges. Big thing right now. The weather getting choppy. People are starting to get a little bit queasy, and they come over and say, "Yeah, we need that ginger." And you know you've got ginger, but what you don't know is how long this ginger will last you and how long the trip will be. So you really got to think about it. So
I got a dirty 20 then.
Okay, that is you are able to assess who's really about to heave ho and who's important. You're starting to get a feel for like who actually matters if they get sick, and the ones that are doing important jobs and look honestly sick, green in the face, those people get the ginger lozenges. Alvira, go ahead and do natural 20. Ooh, natural 20 for the lookout spot. Okay, give me some other checks. What do we got?
Well, I don't know. What do you want? Got lots
You
of
got
things.
yours. Shield. Okay. Shield with the 4.
Listen, I can do brisket operations, right? But I don't know nothing about building. I break.
Okay. You for some reason you are convinced that something needs to be tightened up that really should have been loosened, and the rope snaps because it was too tight and it didn't have any give to it. And it starts rolling around the deck. One of the barrels starts rolling around the deck. Sai, what did you get? 16? Okay. You're really getting the hang of this. There's nothing nothing teaches as well as an early mistake. It's really the thing that locks you in. Naime, how about you? I don't see yours. 4. Okay. All right. The ropes, you had sort of untangled the ropes, but describe for me what happens up there with your 4.
I'm sorry. Was that for me?
No, that's for me.
Listen, Naime, I know what I'm talking about. That
Okay.
rope right there.
No,
That
too far.
really.
Naime's up in the rigging.
Oh, okay.
You got your own problem, Shield.
Yeah. Guess the ropes are too wet, so they're not holding like they should.
Okay. All right, Captain. Storm's picking up. What do they need to do?
Well, it seems to me, as someone who has been captain for a long time, is normally associated with storms, there things need to be tied down as much as possible. So the barrel moving around is a big problem, or at least for everyone else trying to do their thing. Just having a barrel that might be hitting them could be an issue. So I think Quint will probably start getting everyone organized into teams, and like start dividing labor, where they basically the people who are idols, they're people, crewmen who kind of idle and get ready for like things when things really pick up. They're being deployed to the masts and the rigging. All sails go up, as in like they're being tied up. So we're kind of just gonna let the storm move us around, but we can't really have the sails down at this time. So sort of like get the sails up and tied up. Start getting the rudder just kind of straight, because we can't let a rudder break off, and just sort of try to ride out the storm and make sure everything doesn't start moving around.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You realize that you've got the one sail that is just not getting pulled up. It is flapping and it's starting to flail in the wind. You can go ahead and command some others to help deal with that. You're going to have to pull some people off of another area to go solve that problem.
All right, I think we're going to take just start getting people who are already on another mast and just start getting them to move over. If it's just one, so people can start moving around and start taking the risk of trying to go from one mast to another. That's sort of part of the risk.
Okay. Okay, the crew is going to make a save against that barrel that is flying around. They were all making dexterity saves. All right, one crew member has his leg crushed by the barrel, but no one is knocked overboard. So,
Can I try to chase the barrel down and get it tied up somewhere or like safely stowed back away? Okay.
Yeah, the crushing of the leg really helps slow it down, so you're able to go. You get advantage on your check. So you're basically going to try to grapple it. It's a armor class 8. So go ahead and make whatever would force a grapple. Athletics.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And so you said I have advantage given the crushed leg.
Yeah, so it'd be like an unarmed strike sort of thing with advantage.
16. You said it was armor class what now? 18?
8. Yep. So you grab it. You're able to pull it up and get it secured. The weather is worsening.
Captain, sorry, can I move in here? Okay. Quint basically gets the injured crewman and goes over to Shield. Hey, come with me here for a moment.
All right.
Brings you down to the first level of the ship and gets this guy on a table. So we don't have a doctor, and that normally is reserved for the carpenter. So as you're the boatswain, set his leg.
I actually do have a racial healing ability, if that would help at all.
Racial healing ability?
That one was meta. I could tend to his wounds, if you'll give me a moment.
Do what you have to. Carpenter's with no doctor, carpenter takes the job.
So I'll look at the injured sailor and I'll grab onto his leg. Deep breath on 3. 1, 2, and at 2, I will. Let me find it. I'll use healing hands.
Oh! I was ready for it to hurt.
No thanks necessary.
Fantastic. Magic. That's why we have the protective sigil above the wheel. So I was told by the salesman. All right, let's get back to work. And basically just pulls this guy up and immediately sends him out again.
Shield really quick. We'll grab the captain. I can only do that tomorrow again. So next fella is going to have to get it set the old-fashioned way.
All I expect is the old-fashioned way.
As you wish.
Okay, Alvira, you see that the weather is worsening. You see a rogue wave coming from the starboard side, and here it comes. It's coming. Rogue waves. Yep. Okay, Naime, make a perception check.
That would be a 20.
Okay. You see one of the knots that one of your crewmates did is something's not right there, and you see that it's starting to loosen up. And then on the horizon, though, it's not been called out. You see a wave about to hit. So make a DC 14 check to get that rope fixed in time. That's a sleight of hand.
Just barely. 14.
Okay, you just in time. You get that rope and you feel like it's secured, and just then a wave hits across the side of the ship, the starboard side. It's some sort of like blowback wave off of the coast somehow. And it's really not going the same direction as the rest. And everyone make a D6 roll. Roll a D6. On a 1 to 2, you'll take 6 points of damage. On a 2 to 3, you'll be knocked prone, and you cannot save next round. On a 5 to 6, you are knocked overboard.
So was that everyone or?
I'm sorry, 3 to 4, knocked prone. Yeah, everyone.
That's a 1 for me.
1 for me as well.
All right. Take 6 points of damage. Something knocks you in the head, but you remain standing. You are not knocked prone. Do I have everyone's roll? I have. Looks like everyone. Wait, I'm missing someone. Who am I missing? Shield. Need a D6 from Shield.
I got a 4.
Oh, yeah, I see it. Who am I missing?
Me.
Yep. Go ahead and roll.
Already did. I rolled a 1 first, and then I rolled a 6 for my damage.
Okay. All right, good. All right, so we have no one knocked overboard. That is a very good thing. We have a few people knocked prone. Okay, it's getting tough. Captain and pilot. Things are rough now. You've just had a rogue wave hit you. Pilot, what do they do? Captain, make a DC 16 check. Whatever you think is most appropriate for the situation. Insight might be your best bet. What was the other? Seafaring, sailing, at +5 could be it. And it's a DC 16 for the captain and for Sai.
I did not make that. No.
That is, I think it's a, it's just barely 12 plus 5. That's 17.
Okay. You see what needs to be done. You start to call out commands, and then you realize that your pilot has reacted in a suboptimal way. What was your role, Sai?
What exact skill was I using? I
Well,
rolled 7 on the dice, so it wasn't going to be a 16 anyway.
Yeah, I think you're just straight dexterity.
So that would be a 6.
Okay. So you you got those instructions to point into the waves, and not point directly into the wind. I think you got a little bit confused there, and another wave has hit the broadside of the ship. Everyone's gonna roll a d6 again.
Could I have I have this feature because I'm shape up your dog. It is for attacks, attack rolls. Could we have used that instead for ability rolls, or is that?
Yeah, you can. Sure.
All right, so I'll use.
Captain.
So could I have given them the ability to reroll?
Sai, you can reroll.
Better, but still not good enough. That's a 15.
Okay, everybody roll your d6s.
Okay.
Elvira. Oh gosh. If anybody's gonna get a 6. Okay, Elvira, you've been knocked out of the crow's nest. It's a good thing you can fly. You soar, and you're able to sort of get on the aft mast, and collect yourself. Shield, you got a 5. You've been knocked overboard. You now have to make a dexterity saving throw or be knocked into the water. There's a rope. You can grab it. You're falling over. You've been knocked over, but you see a rope. It's possible.
Is it possible with an 8?
Kerplunk, splash, man overboard. tough. Okay, whoever is not prone. So, wait.
2
Yeah.
here.
All right, Naime, you see this happen. What would you like to do?
I guess I'm jumping in after to collect our man.
Okay. Taking any rope or anything with you? Are you a strong swimmer?
I'm a pretty strong swimmer. Yeah.
Okay.
Of course, with my dice rolls
Going for it.
recently.
In a storm.
Captain's calling about man overboard. So he basically seeing Naimi already going overboard to save them. Basically, gets some rope ready and just like sort of starts throwing it down just so that they can have something at the ready. Getting sort of a dinghy ready if they can start just immediately going for it. Just preparatory while they work. Sort of, yeah. Just trying to just at least help while they do.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right, Shield, you're in the water.
I am indeed. Am I still cognizant enough from that hit knocking me over to try to swim for the boat of my own? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, the water is cold. It's like shockingly cold. You definitely got a you probably never been that deep in water. As you fell off of the deck, you might have gone 15, 20 feet under. You were disoriented, but you've popped back up, and you take any damage. So
then if I can try to swim on back on my own, I'll try to at least meet Naime halfway. I've probably noticed at some point that they dived on in after me.
Yeah. All right. We're going to count that as an aid. You're going to make a DC 18 athletics check to swim. It's going to be aided by Naime.
Can you aid a 13? Because I rolled a 5.
I could maybe throw some aid if that's cool.
I got a natural 20, so
There it is.
Look at that.
Naime dives in, reminiscent of 2 days ago, maybe yesterday. Dives in one graceful, which is the nicest compliment you can give on the high seas.
Oh my God.
In one graceful sort of arc, dives into the water and just sort of bends the spine and arcs back up, scooping a flailing shield up, and scoops, does the under the shoulder wrap, and then just a couple of kicks with the old flippers, and then reaches a hand out to a waiting rope, and you are pulled back in as the storm begins to subside, leaving you in a slowly calming ocean and sea.
Whew. That's that's a lot. Not bad. Could be better, but the point is we're alive.
yeah, I think we should leave this to the professionals next time.
Will any guests have to pull their own weight? Things you have to learn.
Perhaps I should start by learning how to peel potatoes?
You know what? I think that might be a good place to start for you. Or you can just keep at it. Just what's the word? I'm trying to remember the word for like the hands on the steering wheel. It was supposed to be a joke, but never mind. Moving on. So Captain's just sort of like, well, storm's fading out. Might as well keep going. Let's say we get a shanty going, huh? And gets everyone organized in song for a shanty. If people do it, if the crew is conscious.
Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, leave her, Johnny, leave her. For the voyage is long and the winds are cold.
It's time for us.
For us to leave her.
I was gonna choose that one actually. So good choice.
All right. On that note, the seas are calm. The water is calm. Suddenly very calm. And on that note, we are going to pick up next week. You will have a guest DM. I'm very excited about it. It's going to be very interesting. And we will see you next week at Heroes and Hooligans.
See you next week.
Woo!
Yay.